Hey guys, John coming to you from Evolved Custom Rod Shops, showing you part one of this build. We're going to be putting the microwave 12 guides on this rod and acid wrapping or spiral wrapping them. For the complete handle build, I'll put the link in the description plus right here. To start off, let's look at the guides that we're using. We're going to use the microwave MW12 guides. The end dictates the guide material, which is the nanolite ring. These are a little bit harder and a little bit slicker than the Duralite. Both are very durable. So let's get started here. First thing we want to do is put the tip top on. This is our baseline. This is where all our guides are going to be based off of. First thing you want to do is I scuff up the tip with a Scotch-Brite pad just to get the sheen off, to make sure I have good adhesion. Some people use sandpaper. I don't like to score. Some of the sandpaper can actually score the blank, and I don't want to do that here. I just want to make a good adhesion with the glue. So I got my tip top glue here. The way I put on a tip top is probably not like anybody else. Basically, I get it hot, glob it on the top, and then stretch it. And I get this little string that comes off the top. Okay, and then I pull that string off. And what I do with that string of glue is I actually put it into the tip top. That way I make sure I have good glue coverage within the tip top plus on the blank. There are other ways to do this. This just happens to be my way of doing it. As you can see here, I'll take that string of glue, kind of put it together in my hands and slide it into the tip top, and as soon as I add heat to it, it'll shrink up and go into the tip top. And now I know I'll have glue all throughout the tip top, plus I already have glue on the blank. A lot of times what happens is if you put the glue on the blank and then you put your tip top on, it works like a windshield wiper and just pushes all the glue down. So I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I got glue everywhere. Now remember, you're putting this 180 degrees from where the reel sits, because this is a Baitcaster and we're spiral acid wrapping it. Got good adhesion, everything looks good. I'll get it in place the best I can. I'll make adjustments on this probably later on when I'm lining up the guides, but we're pretty good for now. Okay. Next thing we want to do is lay out our guides. For this is going to be really kind of interesting. I think you guys will like it. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to use this chart right here. Yes, the chart right here on the actual microwave guide package. Like I said, this is a great baseline. It might work for us. It may not. But we have to have a starting point, and this is the easiest starting point. So as you can see here, I sped this up, but I'm marking all my stuff, where everything goes. I have the measurements behind me, so I keep looking back at them. Okay. So we're all measured out now. We are checking everything. I was checking the distance between the reel seat and that first guide. That's kind of important to me, and just how the line's going to lay. Now I'm checking the bend of the rod and how those marks look against the bend of the rod. You know, without putting guides on there, you can see where those guides are going to be, and you can kind of see where the line's going to be, and you can look at it. This is a fast action rod, so and like most rods, that's where they're going to lie. They're going to be sometimes extra fast. I'll compact them a little bit closer towards the tip, but this looks about right for what I'm using. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape my guides on. I'm taping my transition guides on. I got a reel in the reel seat. I got the line going through these 4 guides, the transition guides that go to the underside of the blank. And then I have it going through my tip top. And what I'm seeing is I want to make sure that the line's not going to hit the blank. Kind of slipped in my rod holder there, but again, the bottom line is it's not hitting the blank. And that's what matters to me. Is this going to be working for me? And as you can see here, I'm kind of using 10 o'clock and 8 o'clock as my transition guide. So I'm going from 12, 10, 8, and then 6 down on the bottom side of the rod if you were looking at a clock. Now, if you were left-hand retrieve, you might want to do this the opposite way. If you're, your reel's on the left side, that's totally up to you. Doesn't really affect anything whichever way you go. But this is, since I'm a right-handed reeler, this is going down to the left side. So now I'm prepping the blank, getting ready to put the guides on. What I'm doing here is, since I have the traditional O-rings on my rod stands here on my rod lathe, I'm actually putting tape around the blank so I don't get the black marks on the paint. And this will help protect the blank from scuffs or anything like that from the rollers. And I'll get the blank all prepped. This concludes part 1. Part 2 will be putting the guides on and putting the finish on the rod. Guys, hope you watch part 2. Thanks again for watching.